Going to be a battle tonight. RCC and Saddleback. Riverside coming in the top seed in the South. Saddleback right behind them at number 2. Mirror images of each other for both teams. You talk about the matchup here today. Power versus speed. Power on Saddleback's side. And RCC's absolutely going to fly around with some athletes at the disposal here for Saddleback. And, of course, they are led by their stud, Chance Nolan. Nolan on the year, 185 of 265. He's completing at 68% on the season, 2,613 yards, 30 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. He's not only leading the conference in passing, he's also leading in rushing. You talk about his numbers in that department, 130 rushes on the year, 780 yards, 4 touchdowns. He's averaging 6 yards a carry. Dual threat quarterback can do it all. And he'll be met tonight. Jacob Barlage of Riverside, the freshman, taking over for Mike Irwin. Last week, 8 touchdowns and a big win versus OCC 76-3. We are set and ready to go. And a big lane for Riverside early on. And this one might go to the house. Touchdown saving tackle made by Aubrey Booker Curran. Incredible effort early on by the special teams. Jamon McGlory. Big return to the 36-yard line for Riverside, and that's where Barlage and company will start things off. Out of the backfield, this is Thomas Kinslow. Kinslow cut down by Tyreek Bell. And Bell on the season having a monster year for the Gauchos. 64 tackles on the year, 4.5 sacks, 10.5 tackles for a loss. We see one right there by Tyreek Bell, and this one shooting out forward out of the second level. Marcus Sullivan, defensive lineman. And just like that, 3rd and long situation, make it 3rd and 14 for Riverside on their opening possession after a huge return from Jamal McGlory. They send Kinslow in motion. Barlage looking over the middle. Pass is caught. Ball is on the deck. They're going to say this is incomplete. Pass intended for Isaiah Leith. Leith on the year, 20 receptions, 223 yards, 3 touchdowns. Everybody getting into the act last week in a win over the Pirates of Orange Coast, 76-3, as we mentioned earlier. Punt unit on. Sean Poma back to receive the kick for Saddleback. This one punted away. And let's see if this one can stay out of the end zone. It will not. Carson Reed unable to keep that one from being a touchback. And the Gauchos will take over on their opening possession. Tonight's broadcast being brought to you in part by Baja Fresh for convenient South Orange County locations. Live well, eat fresh. We'll have a graphic for you on that later in the ball game. Apologies, having some technical difficulties with some of the internet here. But happy you joined us, everybody. Spread the word, www.socalcollegesports.com. Also broadcasting on the Riverside Athletics website. Find the link on the SCFA website as well as the 3C2A website. Chance Nolan right off the bat. Big play down the middle. Up the seam. It's going to be 80 yards to the house. Clinton Allen. Allen missed some time earlier in the year. That's his 10th reception make it 274, his third touchdown on the season. He's averaging the most per catch on the year. And just like that, the Gauchos are on the board first. A lot of times this season after the first touchdown, the Gauchos have gone with the swinging gate. They line up in that early, Riverside ready for it. They elect to kick it away. Frame up and at it. 7-0. Saddleback on top of Riverside. You are watching SCFA football regular season finale. Battle of Undefeateds. Seven to nothing. Saddleback strikes first blood, 80 yards, Nolan to Clinton Allen. Nolan now 3 touchdowns away from breaking the single season mark for the Gauchos. And the Gauchos giddy up on their opening drive. Let's see if the Tigers can respond. Big return early in this one. And this one's still going on the far side out to the 30-yard line and out of bounds. Rolandis Whitener. Well, Saddleback has won most of their games. In fact, all but one of their games have been pretty handy wins. But you go back to the Mount Sac game, 27-24 win at Mount Sac. Obviously, the Mounties, that's a tough place to play. But legacy of Chance Nolan born that evening. Marched his team down with 50 seconds left in that matchup. Took him 33 seconds to go 4 plays, 75 yards en route to the win and the go-ahead score. They come in undefeated. Nolan setting records left and right. Barlage taking his time. Gives off into the middle. That one ran ahead by Elijah Bennett. Bennett on the season, 35 rushes, 160 yards and a touchdown. Also 11 receptions for 114 yards. Trips to the right. Single receiver up top. Watch out for Reggie Retzlaff. He is one-on-one on the far side. This one a run up the middle again, and again, this is Bennett. And Bennett will set up 2nd and 6 after a 4-yard gain. Up to the 47-yard line. 2 games in action for us tonight here on SoCal College Sports. Big game in the Battle of the North. Long Beach hosting Ventura. A win takes Long Beach into the number 2 seed in the SCFA playoffs. Barlage looking for it all, looking for Retzlaff over the middle, has him over the top. Barlage responds. 53-yarder. And just like that, Riverside a play away from tying it up. You look at Barlage. Just drops it over the top of the defense. Reggie Retzlaff, 25th reception now, 3rd touchdown on the season, averaging about 15 yards. He's going to up that number on that one. And, of course, my math always unofficial, saying that's a 63-yarder. Barlage to Retzlaff. All knotted up at 7 apiece. First quarter action, 11:52 to go. You are watching SCFA football regular season finale here on SoCal College Sports. Jefferson and Poma back to receive this kick. A big play to Clinton Allen got things going. And then the second one, the big one from the Riverside side of it. Poma will take it out of the end zone to the 10-yard line, the 15. He is chased down. Flag at the end of the play, and this one came from the far side, and looked like Poma was well out of bounds. If you look at it here, he's out of bounds here, whistle blows, and then he's pile drived into the turf. They're talking about it. The Zebra crew tonight, referee Shane Smith, umpire Charlie Chastain, head linesman Kent Bucharau, line judge Greg Lynch, field judge Gil Rodriguez, side judge Steve Pollard, and back judge Joe Rogers. And this will not be some extracurricular. It looks like this happened on the back end. It's going to back up the Gauchos. They're going to start deep in their own territory. They're going to start inside the 10 at their own 9. Chance Nolan and company going to go to work. Jefferson in the backfield, play action, Nolan to the far side. Pass is complete, minimal gain. Isaiah Garcia Castaneda. Garcia Castaneda on the season, the big play threat. Second leading receiver in receptions on the year, 44 of them. 834 yards, 12 touchdowns. He's a big play waiting to happen, averaging almost 20 yards a catch. 3-yard gain. Nolan pump fake's going to go over the top. He's looking for Allen again. Allen a little bit out of his reach and incomplete. Step for set, that's Lionel Masivi. In the secondary for the Tigers. The Tigers poised right now, if they're able to go 3 and out here. Defensively, get the ball with pretty good field position. See what Frame can do in the special teams unit to flip the field. We'll hold everything. Here's Chance Nolan. In the shotgun, they're going to take off. Has some room. He's past the defender. He has the first down. He's past the 25-yard line. Spin move past the 30-yard line up to the 31. And Chance Nolan says, Matthew, stay on the sideline. We're going to extend this drive a little bit more. Talked about it at the top of the broadcast, leading the Southern Division in both passing and rushing. Poma going nowhere. Gang tackle for a loss. He is going to get minimal yardage. He'll get a 1-yard gain on the play. Poma averaging about 6 yards a carry on the season. Excuse me, I shorted him. He's averaging 8 yards a carry on the year. Poma stopped after a 1-yard gain on that play. Pump fake. Nolan over the top. Double move. Cole Harity has it. On the far side, that is not Cole Harity. That's Liam Eldridge in for 6. We saw Liam Eldridge week 1. Made a big name for himself in the opening win of the year over College of the Canyons. And we see him on this play with the double move. Pump fake from Nolan, timed perfectly. And Eldridge extends, gets it on the fingertips. No chance in the secondary for Isaiah Powell. Eldridge burns him. 68-yarder. Get your track shoes ready. They're going to go for 2. Option to the far side and in for the 2-point conversion. The Gauchos go ahead 15-7. 9:57 to go. And I hope you had the over in this one. We'll be back. Back and forth we go, dueling big plays, first from Saddleback, then from Riverside. Saddleback responds. Eldridge from Nolan in for 6. Now 2 touchdowns away on the year through the air is Chance Nolan, and setting the single season mark for the Gauchos. Frayne kicks this one away. A good kick into the end zone. Riverside will take over from their own 25. We'll see if Barledge and company can respond here. Looked pretty good on his second drive, did Barledge. Freshman quarterback from Valley View High School in Moreno Valley. Early movement, so likely going to go against Riverside. They're going to give Isaiah Leaf back it up 5. 1st and 15. Send a man in motion. That's Dylan Laurent. Run up the middle going nowhere. Big defensive push up front. McGlory, not much doing there. They're going to give him a yard. Big man up front, Austin Moore, along with Connor Smith. They bring in a big package. Send a man in motion. Fly sweep, handoff. And this one not doing much either. This is going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but 3rd and long coming up. Riverside comes into this ball game averaging almost 500 yards of total offense per game. It's 5th in the state. Points per game, almost 50, 49.1. That's 2nd in the state. Put up numbers in a hurry. Saddleback with a lead right now. Barledge over the middle. Big arm. That pass is complete. Dylan Laurent. His 36th reception on the year. 6 touchdowns, 446 yards. That'll add to that total. And look at the gun here from Barledge. Even in slow motion, it looks fast. Handoff on the far side. McGlory. Injured player on the field for Saddleback is that Connor Smith. We'll take a break ourselves as they tend to the injured player. 2nd and 5. We'll get the particulars squared away for you here shortly. Keep it on our main camera shot. Barledge hands off. McGlory has a first down. Keeps his feet moving. Barreling forward for a first. McGlory showing very strong here this evening. Riverside in the hurry up. Want to tire out this defense here. Man that went off, Danny Rodriguez, number 66. Sophomore from Capo Valley. He's being tended to on the sideline right now by the training staff of Saddleback. Meanwhile, Riverside continues to move the ball inside the 35-yard line down to the 33. McGlory. Near first down yardage. He's at the 30. He needs a 28 instead of 3rd and 2. Battle of undefeateds in the SCFA, 9-0, both teams coming in. Hand off to Kinslow, and Kinslow will fight forward for first. 7:02 remaining in the first quarter. McGlory down to the 27. Connor Smith comes back into the game. Tyreek Bell will come off for a spell. Power eye set. One-on-one with Whitener on the near side. Whitener covered. They go to the far side. Kinslow had his defender fall down. Kinslow in for 6. They're saying Bennett on the reception, but it looked like Kinslow out of the backfield on a wheel route. And Elijah Bennett indeed. Number 5. And unfortunate because falling down in coverage was Robert Rahimi. And Bennett able to take it in for 6. When you get up there in years, the sight, one of the first things to go, along with the hair too. Field goal up and good. 6:22 to go. 15-14. Now the score. Back in a moment. (15-14). Saddleback leading by the slimmest of margins. First quarter action. And we've had some fireworks. Barledge with a couple touchdowns. Dueling back and forth with Chance Nolan. Big push at the end of that play on special teams as Jefferson taken down inside the 25-yard line. They'll give him the 24. Laundry on the field, and this is the second flag that we've seen on a return for Saddleback. They'll back it up to the 14-yard line, looks like. Walk it off from there. So Nolan back to work. Saw him on his last drive for the big play to Liam Eldridge. Extend the drive on a 3rd and long situation. He'll keep himself on the read option. Chance Nolan to the far side. He'll pick up 5. A lot of conversations this week, most notably Brett Peabody from Long Beach, obviously the big game versus Ventura. And talking about the matchup, really likes Chance Nolan and his ability to extend plays, put his receivers and skill players in positions to succeed. If you go back earlier in the year, Riverside given all they wanted and more. In fact, they needed 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns from Barledge to prevail in that one at home. Long Beach going down in that one 31-28. So a couple of close calls this season for Riverside. Talked about the Long Beach game, also the Fullerton game, a low-scoring affair. Nolan over the top. Some contact on the far side on 3rd and long, looking for Eldridge, and do we have a flag on the field? There is a flag on the field. This is in the secondary, where you would suspect possibly a defensive hold. And indeed, they're going to flag Lionel Masivi. So that'll extend this drive. So instead of 3 and out, Riverside provides a gift to the Gauchos. They'll afford to do that. 2 wide receivers to the top and the bottom of your screen. Nolan with plenty of time in the pocket over the middle. That pass incomplete, intended for Eldridge. That pass fell a little bit off the back foot and high. Eldridge did have a step. Bring up 2nd and 10. Nolan back to pass, has a man. That's Clinton Allen, who had the first touchdown of the ball game, 80-yarder. And he'll have a first down up to the 46-yard line. Nolan, he's in the hurry up. Take it to his left. Protect the ball in the left hand. He's going to pick up maybe 1. Or will they say he went out of bounds sooner than that? They will. They'll say that he went back out of bounds at the 44-yard line. That'll go down as a sack. How many sacks allowed this season on Chance Nolan? But that'll go down as 1 right there. Nolan back to pass over the middle. Has Allen again. He's been the favorite target. Bring up 3rd and very manageable. Up now to the 46-yard line in Tiger territory. They need the 44 for a new set of downs. And you suspect this could be 4-down territory. Nolan will keep it. He'll have the first. Driven to the ground up to the 42-yard line. And again, the legs of Chance Nolan will extend a drive for the Gauchos. Head coach Mark McElroy in his 21st season, 158 and 72 overall. Nolan will keep it to the far side. We'll just throw it out of bounds. It's a heady play by the freshman. Nolan from Menifee, California, Paloma Valley High School. Nolan in the short shotgun. Poma behind him. Another double move. It's a pump fake. Riverside ready for it that time. Broken play, and this pass broken up on the far side. Nice play made by Ray Estes. Freshman 6'1" defensive back from East St. Louis, Illinois. Third and 10 now. Nolan spins out of trouble, buys some time, has a man on the near side. Pass intended for Jefferson, incomplete. Bring up 4th and 10. We're likely going to see a punting unit. Bit of no man's land here, but the punting unit is the way to go here. Indeed, special teams will come on. 3:12 to go in the opening quarter. First punt we'll see here. This first punt for Saddleback we'll see tonight. Jeff Stoynoff with the call at Long Beach. We'll try and get some score updates here from you from around the SCFA. Big game not only in Long Beach but also at Mount Sac. Fullerton looking to make some noise. Obviously they are not postseason eligible, but would love to play spoiler in the central. Ball is on the deck. Big hit on the far side. And this looks like it's going to go the way of the Gauchos, and it will. Or check that. The initial indication was that Saddleback had it. We'll have a pretty good look of it here as you see the replay. And it comes up. That ball is jarred out. And the first man to it was a Tiger. So the Tigers will take over at their own 18. Disaster averted. Trips to the right for Barlage. Bennett out of the backfield. And check that, that's Kinslow. Barlage gathers bearings. Plenty of time on the play clock. Kinslow over left tackle will take it upfield. A lot of room in front. Being chased out of bounds. Man making the stop, Aubrey Booker Curran. But not after a huge chunk play from Kinslow. See the speed turning it up the field. That's putting your foot in the ground. And going. So taken in the Gaucho territory at the 43. Barlage, plenty of time in the pocket, going down the field. This one's going to go out of bounds. You know, if I'm Coach McElroy, I maybe think about asking for a flag there. He's not out of the tackle box, was Barlage. And they're going to have a discussion here. Nobody was in the vicinity of the incompletion. And I wonder if they are going to throw a flag. They're having a conference about it right now. And indeed, that will be the call. Intentional grounding on the freshman Barlage. So I don't know if he was trying to throw it away or if he thought the receiver was going to run some type of a hook route, come back to the football, but nobody was around the incompletion. And Barlage going to lose it down, plenty of yardage. It's going to make it second and almost 20. Backed up into Tiger territory at the 49. Barlage, quick throw to the far side. Retzlaff on the reception, lowers his shoulder versus Aubrey Booker Curran. We'll get back some of the yardage. It's going to bring up third. And let's say 8. 1:17 to go in the opening quarter. Have a good one here from Mission Viejo. It's what we expected. Battle of undefeated. Showing off some fireworks. Play over that's Kinslow. And check that. Elijah Bennett up ahead, and he's going to have first down yardage. So Saddleback usually very stout against the run. It's been a little leaky here tonight. Bennett had the touchdown reception. Second down and a short 4. Barledge, plenty of time, looking downfield. Going to keep it himself. He'll have the first down. Passes sticks near the 20.
Barledge runs out of bounds. He's good for a first down. Marked at the 22-yard line.
That'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. Riverside driving, trailing by 1. You are watching SCFA football, final week of the regular season here in 2019. Back in a moment. Start of the second quarter. Riverside driving the football down to the 22-yard line, 1st and 10 in Gaucho territory. Tonight's broadcast being brought to you by Baja Fresh. Live well, eat fresh for convenient South Orange County locations. Handoff inside, Joseph Griffin. We'll take it up ahead for about 5. So the 17-yard line for the Gauchos. Barledge fakes a handoff to Kinslow. Back of the end zone. Pass is caught by Retzlaff. One-on-one with Aubrey Booker Curran. And the Tigers will take their first lead tonight. For Retzlaff, that's his 3rd touchdown on the year. And Riverside showing why they're the number 1 team in Southern California. Ranked nationally, both teams coming in. Kick is up and good, 21-15. 14-18 to go. And Riverside now with the lead. Hey, John. Riverside shoots out ahead 21-15 after a hookup from Barledge and Reggie Retzlaff. Jefferson going to take it out of the end zone to the 15-yard line. Past the 20, going to get hit with a huge boom at the 23. and laying the boom on that one. Looked like that was Deavante Davis-Smith, freshman defensive back for the Tigers on special teams, making it work. So Chance Nolan will go to work. Last possession punted for the first time tonight. Let's see if he can respond. He's going to take it over left tackle. After the fake to Poma inside, Nolan will pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming up. Well, we talked about Chance Nolan on the doorstep of the single season record for Saddleback College at the quarterback position. He needs 2 more touchdowns to break it. That record held by Bellman. Isaiah Garcia Castaneda takes it up ahead near midfield. He's into Tiger territory at the 49 on the completion, catch and run. They like this play out here if they can get Garcia Castaneda in an open space. He is an absolute threat to take it to the house on any given play. They'll line up Isaiah along with Eldridge on the near side. One-on-one, haven't heard from Cole Harity. Harity on the year, the lead receiver in receptions on the season. It's Clinton Allen up at the top of your screen. He'll come out of the backfield, and that pass is complete to Colin O'Brien. 16th reception on the year for the tight ends. Tight end, not exactly a position that it's been utilized very often under Coach Mark McElroy. It's nice to be able to go to that when you can. Clinton Allen looking to beat a man, still on his feet. He's forced back. Looking for the 40-yard line. He'll be stopped in bounds. Let's see where they give him the spot. So they're going to give him the 42, maybe the 43. 43 is what it is. So 3rd and 4 for the Gauchos. And you suspect this is going to be 4-down territory. Nolan in the shotgun. Offset eye. Back shoulder throw intended for Clinton Allen. And Allen comes up smarting after the play. Brings up 4th down. Punting unit not going out there, so this is going to be a 4th down attempt. 58% on the year are the Gauchos. That's good for 9th. Number 1 in the state happens to be Riverside. Nolan near side has a 1st down. Isaiah Garcia Castaneda. Multiple catches on this drive will extend this drive with a 1st down up inside the 35-yard line of the Tigers. Gauchos in the hurry up. Looked like early movement from O'Brien, the freshman tight end. And this will be 5 yards going back the other way. So the Gauchos will regroup here. Nolan squirting out to the right. He's going to be under duress and taken down with authority. First man there, Lei Mounga. Freshman linebacker, 6 feet, 220 out of Vista Murrieta. Nolan set up the screen to Garcia Castaneda on the near side, and it's read well. Going to be a modest gain up to the 37-yard line. They need the 21. Instead of 3rd and 16 here for the Gauchos.
After reception by Garcia Castaneda. 3rd down.
Sent a man in motion. Does Nolan looking downfield. Has Eldridge one-on-one. Eldridge looking for some room and overthrown. And Freeman Company going to come out. Back-to-back punts on back-to-back offensive possessions for the Gauchos, now trailing by 6, 10:21 to go in the second quarter. Tonight's broadcast being brought to you by Baja Fresh. For convenient South Orange County locations. Live well, eat fresh. And watch out for Sean Darceau. And they know to kick away from Dorsal. Dorsal in the Golden West game had quite the night. Ran one back for a touchdown on a punt return. Also took one to the house defensively on an interception. Rush inside. Not much doing there. I have SDI cables in here. Have go SDI out. Coming up on the 9.5-minute mark here in the second quarter. Another run churning forward. McGlory. McGlory got this game started off in a huge way with a big return on the opening kickoff. 3rd and very manageable here for the Tigers, but an opportunity. To get off the field defensively, they'll do just that. The Gauchos stop McGlory in the backfield with terrific penetration up front. First man there for Saddleback was Marcus Sullivan. So an opportunity taken advantage of defensively by the Gauchos. They're able to send out the punting unit. This kick is blocked. Saddleback with it inside the 5-yard line. Tristan West comes up with it. We'll see it again here as West takes it out of the air after the block and takes it down to the 5. The Gauchos in business, looking to take back the lead. 8:29 to go in the second quarter. Beautiful night for football here in Mission Viejo on the campus of Mission Viejo High School. Nolan going to go to work. He'll send a man in motion. He'll take it himself. He'll take it inside the 5. Down maybe to the 4. Minimal gain. These are two teams just so big in the trenches. We've had a chance to cover College of the Canyons past couple of years and talk about a team that's well bred. That team has some big hosses as well. And Saddleback came in, absolutely smacked the defending 1 seed from the SCFA in the playoffs last year, College of the Canyons, in the opening week of the regular season. En route to going 9-0 coming in here tonight. COC still with a possibility to get into the SCFA playoffs. Obviously, a lot is going to hinge on what happens tonight in Long Beach and in West Covina. As Mount Sac hosting Fullerton. Fullerton wins that game, could really throw a wrench into what happens with the Central. There is talk about there being 2 at-large teams and the Central not being represented in this year's SCFA Final Four. But we have to wait and see on everything. Both teams tonight have clinched a spot in the SCFA Final Four. It's a matter of who's going to host. Now, if Saddleback were to win here tonight, they would be the 1 seed in the SCFA. Their next game would be next week, likely at Orange Coast College. I believe that's LaBarge Stadium in Costa Mesa. After a couple years ago, 3C2A opted to insert a bylaw that required the host school not to play at a high school, have you play at a college field. Nolan, 3rd and goal. Takes his time, fires one over the head of Liam Eldridge. Incomplete. And I think you have to go for it, the field goal here with Frame pretty lights out on the year. Frame on the season, 15 of 19, along of 44. He's 36 of 38 in PATs, and this one about the distance of a PAT. You're going to take your chances right here. Kick is up, and it's good. 21-18, 7:20 to go. We're in the second quarter. You're watching SCFA football live on SoCalCollegeSports.com. For sure it's this. Here, hold on. Hold on. I'm going to let you sort it out. Here. Kick away into the end zone from Frame, and it's a touchback. I mean, we'll get the stats up on the screen. Everybody, apologize. We are having some difficulties here. Technically, get those sorted out. Special thanks to Nico Delavalle and Scott Brocious, allowing us to bring you coverage on Riverside TV. Barledge and company will go back to work. Kinslow up ahead with a big run on first down. This is likely going to remove the chains. And indeed it will. The hurry-up's been very effective. Retzlaff on the near side, one-on-one. Instead, it will go back to Kinslow. Kinslow churning forward for a gain of 5. And we have an injury on the field. Injured Tiger. We'll take a timeout ourselves. Back in a moment. Big run up ahead. Kinslow again. And this drive looking very Chip Kelly-esque. Kinslow over left tackle this time. And this is the tired defense for the Gauchos on their heels. Trailing by 3. And after the field goal, Riverside looking to respond. A little smash mouth football from the Tigers. Kinslow up the middle. And this offensive line up front having their way. Chris Bradbury, Ryan Rowe, Danny Long, Cole Sane, Ryan Suliafau. Really making their presence felt, along with Theo Bullard for Riverside. 2 up and 2 down. We're going to take a timeout here for Riverside. They need to regroup in a hurry. 2nd and 8 when we come back. Back at it after the timeout from Saddleback, wanting to regroup. Barlage, that pass nearly intercepted, intended for Retzlaff. It's complete. Retzlaff stepping out of bounds. He's near first down yardage, but he's going to be just short. He's going to set up 3rd and very short for the Tigers. Go back to Reggie. Retzlaff turns a corner. Makes a move inside. He's near the pylon. Ball is out of bounds. It's going to go out and stay with the Tigers. Ew. A near disaster for the Tigers.
First and goal, Tigers. Ball out to Gauchos. 4 yards.
Ball now spotted, 1st and goal at the 4. This one going to go in from Bennett. Flag on the play and hold everything. And indeed, this will be a hold. Going to go against the Tigers. Mark Burke, the offending player for Riverside. And what was first and goal from the 4, make it first and goal from the 14. I'll back it up to the 13. Barlich, two receivers to the top and to the bottom of your screen. Kinslow, the lone back. Barlich fakes a handoff, going through his progressions, nothing there. Has a man in the end zone momentarily. Barlich is going to be sacked by Connor Smith. There we go. Everything back up and running. Now our clock is unofficial, just to preface that. We're a few seconds off of the game clock. So our clock unofficial. Try to get that situated as much as possible. Meanwhile, second and goal from the 14th, a loss of 1 on the sack of Barlich. Barlich looking for the end zone. There's going to be a flag on the field, and this is going to go against the Gauchos. Easy PI call. This can be PI. Rolandis Whitener, the intended target. First and goal at the 2 after the penalty occurred in the end zone. Three backs, power formation here from Riverside. Barlich is going to try to eke forward, and I don't think he's going to get there. Barlich will be stopped at the 1-inch line. Second and goal from the doorstep. Forget the doorstep. Riverside's already in the foyer. Just a couple inches from extending on a 3-point lead. Under 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. Clock continues to move. 2:45. Same formation, and we have early movement. All right, check that. The early indication was lined up in the neutral zone, it looks like. Half the distance to the goal. It's not really going to affect much. It won't be a new set of downs for Riverside. So we'll do it again. Handoff to Bennett, and Bennett looks like he's in. The indication is that Bennett is in from a yard out. And number 1 goes up on number 2. It's now a 2-score ball game. 3 through the air, 1 on the ground now for Riverside. Ricardo Chavez will come on to attempt the extra point. Kick is up. Kick is good. 28-18. The Gauchos looking vulnerable here at home.
In the first half, Gaucho 18, Tigers 28.
The Gauchos looking to regroup, now trailing by double digits, 27-18 or 28-18. We'll get that situated for you.
Carson Reed to kick off.
Carson Reed set to kick it away.
Jefferson, Sean Coleman. 8 to return.
We may have Kyle Long in the building. Former Gaucho, of the Chicago Bears now. Poma thought about taking it out of the end zone. Instead, will take a knee. The Gauchos will take over. Tonight's broadcast being brought to you by Baja Fresh. Live well, eat fresh. Now with 4 convenient South Orange County locations.
25-yard line.
Nolan in the shotgun will go to work. Poma in the backfield. They'll send Isaiah Garcia Castaneda in motion. Nolan with a lot of green in front of him. He'll have the first down and then some. Has a blocker in Eldridge down the field. He's past midfield. Forced out of bounds. Big chunk play on the ground for Chance Nolan. That's a terrific read early in that play as he sees the linebacker converge to the near side. And Nolan takes off with his legs. Back to pass now. Nolan looking for Eldridge to the back shoulder. Pass is complete. Under duress. The coverage terrific from Kylan Ross. Flag on the play, though. This might bring it back. Oh, hold. This is going to go against Tyler Huff. That'll knock out the big play to Eldridge after the big run from Nolan. Nolan with some time takes off early and nothing there. That is good coverage defensively in the second level from Riverside. They know that Nolan wants to make something happen with his feet. Second and about 20. Nolan, a lot of time. Has a man, that's Clinton Allen on the far side. Pass is complete. Going to make it very third and manageable here for the Gauchos. Into Tiger territory at the 44. They need the 38. 3rd and 6. Gauchos in the hurry up. Trips to the right. They send Isaiah Garcia Castaneda in motion. Low snap. Handled by Nolan. Nolan going to have to throw it away. That's a heady play by Nolan, telling Eldridge to go in the way of where the ball's going to go out of bounds. Because take an intentional grounding there. Here comes the punting unit. But instead, meanwhile, the offense going to stay on the field and go for it on 4th and 6. Fourth and 6. For the Gauchos. Nolan near side. Eldridge was held at the beginning of that play. The release came. McElroy doesn't like the non-call there, but Kylan Ross gets away with one. Eldridge incomplete as it hits him on the helmet and out of his hands. This is pitch and catch, and you watch it near side. The hold is there, but that's one that Eldridge needs to haul in. And Riverside will take over at their own 44. Barledge going to go to work. Going down the field. Has a man wide open. As Saddleback had dropped into zone coverage, it's complete to Giovanni Sanders. Sanders, 40 receptions coming into this contest, 604 yards with 6 touchdowns, averaging over 15 yards a catch. It's a first down on that play. That pass jumped, but not able to get there in time because of the big arm from Barledge. It was Bobby Blandino. Blandino with a pick this year, almost had his second. And we'll have a timeout taken. 28 seconds to go. RCC looking to pad their lead. at the end of the first half. Remember, Riverside received the ball first to open the game. Saddleback won the toss, so they'll get the ball to start the third quarter. The defense, gassed here, needs to come up with a stop. Easier said than done against one of the top offenses in the state of California. Saddleback early. Riverside has settled down and has come on strong the end of the first half, particularly here in the second quarter. Barledge under duress will throw it away. First man to get to him was Marcus Sullivan. He's having a game, and there's a flag on the field, and I wonder if this is going to be an illegal contact below the legs from Sullivan. Looks like they're walking back here. And this is going to be the second intentional grounding against Barledge. That's a tough call because he's hit as he throws. So it's going to alter the trajectory of the pass. Not sure if I like that call there, but Gauchos are going to get away with one. 22 seconds remaining, a loss of down and yardage on the play for Riverside. Timeout on the field. Again, this broadcast being brought to you by Baja Fresh. Live well, eat fresh in 4 South Orange County locations to choose from. Proud sponsors of Saddleback Gaucho football. Should have a good second half coming up. Both teams very good at making second half adjustments, and the Gauchos are going to have to do just that. If they're going to have the top seed, and if you had to look at it, coming in, Riverside probably with a little bit more to play for. Obviously the top seed in Southern California, but their home field advantage is a decided one. Third down. It's a draw. Kinslow runs into his own man. It's going to be a first down to the 30-yard line. Riverside will take a timeout with 15 seconds remaining. And they'll want to take a couple more cracks at it. No timeouts remaining for the Tigers. We will look to have Brad Hoyseth on at the half. The man at the helm of jcgridiron.com. We'll recap the first half, have some stats here for you, and some scores from around the SCFA. Barledge and company will go to work. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line of Saddleback. Looking for 3, they want 7. Saddleback. Kinslow up the middle to the house. Kinslow from 30 yards out to punctuate the second quarter. Well, they send a man up the middle, and the blocking was there. What a huge block out front by Brandon Hendricks Jr., really spurring that one in the second level. And Kinslow turns on the afterburners up the middle for the touchdown. 34-18, pending an extra point from Ricardo Chavez. Up and good. 35-18, 7 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Well, somebody's O's got to go, and right now, the Tigers in the driver's seat looking to go undefeated in the regular season. We saw a team last year, that was College of the Canyons, run the gamut. They ran into the buzzsaw that was Ventura College in the first round of the playoffs and went down one and done last year. And might we see these teams lock heads again next week? That's a viable possibility. Remember, it's the top seed will host the at-large team. Both teams obviously here play in the South, so the winner of this wins the South. And the loser will get the wild card. Likely going to see some type of squib kick. Maybe something low here from Carson Reed. It's a low one, and that one works as an onside kick. Riverside comes away with it. 4 seconds left in the first half. The wheels coming off in the second quarter for Saddleback. We'll see it again on the replay here. It looked like it hit Corey Batista, who was not ready for it. Was unable to do anything with the carom. And Carson Reed hurt on the play. Let's see what happens here at the end. Does somebody come in on his leg? Ended up at the bottom of the pile. I think Reed came away with the football, or at least was one of the first men there. Midfield, you got a freshman quarterback with an absolute cannon of an arm and some serious skill players at your disposal. And they'll go with a draw. McGlory will pad his first half stats, take it inside the 40-yard line. The battle of the first half won by Riverside, 35-18. We go in after 2. You're watching SCFA football regular season finale battle of undefeateds here from Mission Viejo. a decisive first half in favor of Riverside. Saddleback comes out swinging. They strike first blood, but man, Riverside really pouring it on, especially in that second quarter. Mike Spade alongside Brad Hoysa, 35-18 at the half.
Yeah, it was a really competitive half, I thought, and really, I don't know that the score is really indicative of really how good a football game it was so far. I mean, when you think about it, a couple drop passes by the Gauchos on big plays. There's a fumble down deep in Riverside territory. Riverside comes up with their own fumble. I mean, if that goes the other way, the Gauchos are going in and they make it a 3-point game. Just a handful of plays, really. It's big plays, and there's been a lot of them. Riverside's just made a handful more.
Yeah, I think Riverside showing that they have a little bit more playmaking ability at the skill positions. You talk about some of their players over the top. Reggie Retzlaff has been an absolute monster in the receiving core for Riverside.
Yeah, no, he's been wide open too, and that makes things real easy if you're the quarterback. And I think what has to really be a biggest concern for Saddleback though is the running game for Riverside. They got themselves in some trouble out of Mount Sac, and they managed to wiggle their way out of it against the Mount Sac team that maybe isn't quite as talented as Riverside is. We'll see what they can do here, but they got to come up and they got to stop the run. If they don't do that, Riverside's just going to keep doing it, and they're going to wear out the clock.
Yeah, you start to pack the box, trying to get that run game quelled down, but then that's going to open it up on the outside. You get one-on-one, and it looks to me that the secondary, maybe a little late reacting. I thought a couple times maybe had a jump on the pass, but, man, Jacob Barlich is incredible in terms of his arm strength and his ability to go from A to B with the football.
He's looked very good. There's no question about it, and the Gaucho defense, they got to have a good discussion in the locker room at halftime because Riverside was clicking on all cylinders, and they can do that, and Saddleback can do that in spurts as well.
Yeah, they did in the first half.
And if Saddleback gets a couple turnovers here in the second half, you can have a good football game at the end. But if things continue to play out like they are right now, they're just not putting up a lot of defense out there right now as Saddleback against that Riverside offense.
Yeah, Clinton Allen started things off 80 yards to the house. That was on the opening offensive possession for the Gauchos. Remember, Riverside, I believe it was a quick early possession after they had received the opening kick, a big kickoff return, and then right back at you.
A total counterpunch. Saddleback laid the first blow. They go deep on the first play from scrimmage, and they score, and Riverside comes right back down the field and lays a counterpunch. That's really the mark of a great football team. They didn't get caught up in the moment. They just went about their business, and they played their business for 30 minutes straight. They played a good half of football, did Riverside. Yeah,
Retzlaff, very impressive. 5 receptions, 100 yards in that first half and a couple of touchdowns, and he's really the go-to guy. But you have a couple of go-to guys in that receiving core for Riverside. Talked about the run game. They're going to have to do something here to get things situated in the second half, and I think you're exactly right. Paint probably coming off in the locker room of Saddleback. Let's see if they can make some second half adjustments. 4 minutes away from the start of the second half. Brad, appreciate your time.
You got it. Thanks a lot, Jeff.
Couple minutes away from the start of the second half. Go over some stats here from the first half. Jacob Barlage, 14 of 17, 212 yards with 3 touchdowns. On the ground, Jamon McGlory, 9 rushes for 43 yards. Thomas Kinslow, 9 rushes himself, but he had 81 yards and a touchdown. Elijah Bennett also with a touchdown. On the ground, 6 rushes for 33 yards in that first half. Not much doing outside of Chance Nolan in the rushing game, 9 rushes for 57 yards. Everybody else, Sean Poma, Algene Fisher, 3 attempts, 4 yards. Chance Nolan, 11 of 21. Came in almost 70% in terms of completion percentage on the season, and he is almost around 50%, so I'd like to see him get going in that second half, but it'll be easier said than done against a very chaotic Tiger defense that has been clicking on all cylinders after getting punched in the gut early off. Recount some of the scoring here for you. First things first, it was Clinton Allen from 80 yards out from Chance Nolan. And then Jacob Barlage right back at you. Reggie Retzlaff for 53 yards. Then Nolan again, this time to Leon Eldridge for 67 yards. That made it 13-17, and then a 2-point conversion. Pass completed to Matthew Poaching. Made it 15-7. Jacob Barlage responds as a pass completed to Elijah Bennett. Made it 15-13. Barlage finally in the second quarter. One of the first plays of that second quarter. Took the lead for Riverside. Reggie Retzlaff again from 17 yards out. Right now, 35-18. Saddleback in the black will get the ball back to start things off here in the third quarter. Poma and Jefferson back to receive the kick. It's on the ground. Poma does not field it cleanly. Has it at the 10. Still on his feet. Takes a boom at the 20-yard line. Finally brought down as he loses his footing at the 21. So what are the adjustments that you make here? I think first and foremost you need to establish some type of momentum. Pick up a couple first downs if you're the Gauchos. Give the defense as long as possible to get some of that steam back. The defense was good early on, but then withered at the end of that first half. Time of possession decidedly in favor of Riverside. Riverside 20 minutes plus in that first half, under almost at the 9-minute mark in terms of time of possession for Saddleback. So the defense was out there for quite some time as Jefferson takes it over the right side for a 6-yard gain. And the Gauchos will go hurry up. Stacked receivers at the bottom of your screen. They hand off. No, this is Chance Nolan. Nolan up ahead for a first down, and he'll bully forward near the 40-yard line. Still in Gaucho territory, but it's going to move the sticks. Well, Nolan has been very effective on the ground. We talked about his numbers coming into the ball game, leading the Southern Conference in the rushing attempt category. Clinton Allen has some room on the near side. Pass is caught. Laundry on the field. This is back near the line of scrimmage. This is going to be a hold and to go against Saddleback. I wonder if we can see that. See what happened, transpired here on the replay. Well, either way, it's coming back 10 yards. 1st and 20 now for the Gauchos. 2 receivers up and down for Saddleback. Poma in the backfield. 3-man rush. Plenty of time for Nolan. Delayed blitz. Pass complete. Nope. Out of the hands of Clinton Allen. That was a big boom laid in by the defense. Looked like that was Kylan Ross for Riverside. Ross jarring the ball loose. Allen looked like he was going to come down with that football, but terrific timing from Ross. 2nd and 20 after the incompletion.
Category number 24. Shingon Ross. Second down.
Nolan fakes a handoff over the middle of the field. Now Ross gets there early. Where is the flag? We're going to see this here.
And that's incomplete. Third down.
Contact gets there before the ball does. Watch the play over the middle. Ross, it's fairly bang, and I can understand why the flag wasn't thrown when you look at the replay, but man, Tigers get away with one there. Nolan on 3rd and 20. On the far side, pass is complete. This one to Isaiah Garcia Castaneda, but not going to be there for the first down. Not enough yardage. And the Gauchos are going to have to punt it away on their opening possession of the second half. And not what you wanted to see. And Osvaldo Torres, the left tackle, comes off hobbling after that drive. The man you have to keep an eye on in the return game, Sean Dorsal. The punt is away. Dorsal with a running start to it. Has it near the 45-yard line, and he will be tripped up, taken down at the 46.
Sean Dorso on the return.
First man there, Evan Baker. Sophomore linebacker for the Gauchos.
Ball's marked at the Tigers 46-yard line. First down.
At the half, tied up 10 all. It was Mount Sac and Fullerton, a battle for the Central Division crown in the National Conference. Play action. Pass complete to Sanders. Sanders still on his feet. And the normally very sure tackling of the Gauchos non-existent here as Sanders leaks away after having two men converge on him. Sanders is going to pick up the first down. Sanders 6 touchdowns on the year. It was Retzlaff, the big target in that first half for Jacob Barlich. Barlich over the middle of the field. Pass is caught. This is Sanders again.
Sanders on the reception.
Holding. This is going to go against Riverside and Kevin Brown. Big fella from Corona Centennial. Flag for a hold. Barledge will go to work 1st and 10. Hand off to McGlory. And check that Kinslow on the carry. An impressive first half for Thomas Kinslow. 81 yards through the first 2 quarters and a touchdown. Play action. Barledge has that one squirt out of the hands of his intended target on the near side. That was Isaiah Leith, his second drop here today. Like the game of Jacob Barledge. Very poised, puts the ball on the money where it needed to be. Leith just needs to come up with it. Similar to what we saw in the first half, as Liam Eldridge dropped one in the almost identical play. Draw play up the middle, and a big hole for Kinslow. Kinslow well over 100 yards, and this one takes it inside the 15-yard line. He's down inside the 10. They'll give him the 9. 41-yarder. And it's the Thomas Kinslow show on the opening drive offensively for the Tigers here in the third quarter. Tigers moving the ball at will. Sanders on the near side. Pass is complete inside the 5.
Giovanni
Down to the 3.
on the reception.
And again, the defense on their heels for the Gauchos.
Ball marked at the 7-yard line, second and goal.
Barledge is going to bully forward, pushed in the end zone. Looks like he's in for a touchdown. No signal yet, and finally we have one. And the Tigers in for 6 more.
Barledge on the quarterback. Sneak.
Well, a pretty good look at it from the end zone cam here. Or not. Pending an extra point. It's starting to get ugly. 42-18, and the Tigers continue to pour it on here in Mission Viejo.
Play in the third quarter. Gauchos 18.
Riverside the first to score here in the second half, extending on a lead 42-18, 10-16 remaining in the third quarter. Poma ahead of steam into that run, takes it to the 30-yard line. That's where Chance Nolan and company will try to go back to work. It's been tough sledding here against this very stout defensive unit
Ball is marked at the Gauchos.
for Riverside.
And the first down.
Ventura on top of Long Beach as it stands 16-10. Jefferson the tailback. They send Jefferson in motion. Nolan going to keep it himself over the right side. Ahead for a couple.
Nolan, ball carrier.
And this is going to be a frustration penalty. I think this is going to go against Saddleback. Well, watch the tail end of this play. It looked like Gabriel Martinez took exception to something. He's on top of a player here. That's a dead ball, personal foul penalty. Indeed, against Martinez. We like your offensive lineman nasty, but you got to be smart about it. Likely going to see this team next week. 42-18, back it up 10, second and 10. Actually, second and 25. It says first down on the scoreboard. It should be second down. It was a dead ball foul. After the play, Nolan trying to extend on the right side. And we have laundry all over the field in the area of a hole. There's a conversation on the far side. Head coach Tom Kraft. And the conversation was whether or not you want to take this penalty. And Coach Tom Kraft for Riverside said no. Because it's third and about 16. Head linesman Kent Buckarau. The Gauchos need the 40-yard line for a first. They're at their own 22. Nolan steps up. He's past the second level. He's near first down yardage. He's taken down just short. He's going to be 2 yards short of the first down. And do you think about maybe going forward here? You're down 24, under 9 to go in the third quarter. I think Coach Mark McElroy going to roll the dice. Likes his offense. Pick up a couple here. It's 4th and a long 2, short 3. Call it what you will. But the Gauchos, see if they try to draw the defense offside. Jefferson in motion. Nolan going to keep it himself. He's up ahead for the first down. He will move the chains. And a gutsy call by Mark McElroy and company pays dividends as they will extend this drive, give their defense a little bit more of a breather. See if they can get some points out of it. Nolan. Hands off. Not much doing there. Algene Fisher, the carrier. Up ahead for 3. Up to the 46-yard line in Gaucho territory. Have not heard Fisher's name much here tonight. Nolan under duress. Rolls out, has a man. This pass picked off. This one probably coming back. No, it's a touchdown saving tackle. Isaiah Powell. He was burned earlier in the game by Clinton Allen. Makes up for it on that one. Drops back in coverage. Pass intended for Isaiah Garcia Castaneda did not find its mark. It's a turnover. Only the 3rd interception on the year for Chance Nolan. But the Tigers now in business, up 24, looking for more. McGlory up the middle. Stopped after a 2-yard gain. The Tigers looking to rearrange the loss column for the Gauchos. 2nd and 8. Like there was early movement there. McGlory. Flag on the play. Some late contact. And we're going to have a pretty good look of it here. Well, the player who was holding was the player who was whistled for the foul, Giovanni Sanders. So Sanders flagged for a hold. This will back it up. The question for Saddleback, can they come away unscathed in the points column? Barlage will go to work. Pump fake, double move over the top, looking for Retzlaff on the far side. Retzlaff looking for the hat trick. Coverage pretty good. 6:37 to go. We're in the third quarter. You're watching SCFA football. Final week of the regular season. Playoff seeding meeting tomorrow. We'll find out who's going where. These two teams are in. It's just a matter of who's hosting next week. Early movement, false start. The North still very undecided. Long Beach loses tonight. COC wins the North. Fullerton wins tonight at Mount Sac. They win the Central. And then the discussion becomes, are there two at-large teams that make it into the playoffs? Because if that's the case, based on RPI, you're probably going to have 2 teams from the north and 2 teams from the south. And the Central would go unrepresented in the SCFA playoff. Barledge on 3rd and a mile. Barledge up the middle of the field. Pass is incomplete.
Pass ball is incomplete,
Intended for Retzlaff, and Retzlaff smarting after the hit that he just took. He was sandwiched down the field.
on the defense.
And defensively, the Gauchos' Kai Ross coming off the field. He's hobbling. The Tigers need the 6-yard line for a first down. And I wonder if we maybe see a pooch kick here. Well, keep the offense out there. Barledge under duress. He's going to be sacked. Turnover on downs. A sack to punctuate that defensive stand by the Gauchos. And they keep it a 3-score ball game. 6:20 to go in the third.
Right down, sack to number 54, Austin Moore, along with number 52.
First man there defensively, Austin Moore.
Gauchos take over on now.
So the Gauchos will take over from their own 34-yard line.
Their own 34-yard line. First down.
6:01. Remaining here in the third quarter. A lot of time left, but you got to get something going offensively if you're the Gauchos. Jefferson in motion. Nolan keeps himself. And the offense for the Gauchos starting to get a little predictable. And it's unfortunate because defensively, Riverside has done an incredible job generating pressure on Nolan. Clinton Allen, that pass over the head. And he bats it back, but incomplete. And just like that, it's 3rd and long, 3rd and 11.
Intended receiver, third down.
Trips to the left. Isaiah Garcia Castaneda at the top of your screen. They're looking for him. And that's a completion at the sticks. Should be enough for first. And Nolan comes through on 3rd and long.
That's good enough for a first down.
The Gauchos will go to the hurry up. Shotgun formation again for Chance Nolan. We have a very late flag.
Flag.
Too many men on the field? Yep. Well, that's a great job by Nolan recognizing too many men. He gets to the line early, and the flag is out. Whistle blows. 5 free yards for the Gauchos. That'll take it from the 44 to the 49. And 1st and 5. Pretty favorable spot on the field. You maybe go for a long one here. Nolan taking his time, back to pass, some contact made. Where is the flag? Garcia Castaneda while the ball was in the air. Looked like there was some illegal contact down the field. It's going to stand 2nd and 5 here. They did go for a chunk play on that one.
Second down.
So you see Chance Nolan with Sean Poma in the backfield. 2nd and 5. They fake the handoff. Garcia Castaneda takes a big hit. Estes, first man there to break it up. Bring up 3rd and 5. Very likely this goes 4-down territory. Nolan back to pass, trying to buy some time. Delayed blitz, looking up the field, throwing on the run. And that is Clinton Allen or Poma out of the backfield. It's Poma, and Poma will reel it in for first down. Watch Poma and his ability to hold this one in. Gauchos again in the hurry up. Want to get this defense working, put them on their heels. Allen up the field, and some contact made. Incidental. Again, good coverage in the secondary. It was Kylan Ross again. Ross has been pretty good in that secondary for the Tigers. 4:47 to go. That'll stop the clock on the incompletion. 2nd and 10. Nolan takes a handoff. They're looking for Poma out of the backfield, and that play is well diagnosed by this instinctive Tiger defense that will not relent. Hey, you want to play hurry up? We got you. Kue Olotoa, sophomore from Olu. Coming up in the 4-minute mark here in the 3rd quarter. Jefferson will come onto the field. Timeout taken. Referee's timeout. Short stoppage will play on. Send Poma out, looking up the field. Nolan will check down to Poma. Poma will lower the shoulder and run over his man. And we're going to have a flag on the field, and I wonder if this is going to be a late hit or is this going to be a lowering of the shoulder. I wonder if that's going to be against Poma, because Poma lowers the boom here. No, it's a face mask. Yeah, at the end of the play, and you see it there. Olatoa back it up there. You'll see the head jerk down for Poma. Still got a little time. Yeah, exactly right. Right there. Olatoa with the hand in. That's a great job. Emery Johnson directing here tonight. And that's a perfect view of it. 15 yards going the wrong way for the Tigers. And the Gauchos in business. Jefferson in motion. Nolan going to take it himself up the middle. Gang tackled at the 15. Pickup of 9 on the play. Make it 8. Nolan working quickly. Has it near side. Jefferson will have it 1st and goal for the Gauchos. Inside the 10, they'll have him at the 8.
Quick announcement, hamburgers, hot dogs, $2. So they're all gone. $2 hot dogs and hamburgers.
The Gauchos will regroup, set up a play, stacked receivers at the top of the screen. Nolan going to keep it up the middle, inside the 5, down to the 4.
Chance Nolan carries the ball inside the 5-yard line.
1st and goal
Mark it at 4, 2nd and goal.
at the 4. Or 2nd and goal at the 4, excuse me. Riverside struggling to get players in and out of rotation. Nolan going to audible here. Send a man in motion. Nolan rolling to his right, has a man in the back of the end zone. Quickly converged on that pass, nearly intercepted, intended for Jefferson. Dangerous pass from Chance Nolan. A pretty good look of it here. Nolan looking for Jefferson. And a terrific play made defensively. Isaiah Powell already with a pick in this one, almost had his 2nd. I believe he came down with it. 3rd and goal now. But he was out of bounds when he did. You got to punch one in for 6. Jefferson across the formation, left to right. Wide open in the end zone, Isaiah Garcia Castaneda. And the Gauchos into the end zone for the first time in a while. For Isaiah, that's his 13th touchdown this season. And Chance Nolan inching closer to the single season mark. Touchdowns in the air for Saddleback. I believe he's 1 away now. Looking to close in on the mark set by Tim Bellman. That courtesy of Brad Hoyseth. 42-25. 1:52 to go in the 3rd. Tonight's broadcast being brought to you by Baja Fresh, 4 convenient South Orange County locations. Live well, eat fresh. Visit us at www.bajafresh.com. Frame on to kick it. Onside, no. Frame kicks it away. This one's short, so it'll be returnable. Whitener looking for some room. And he's bottled up inside the 20. Not much doing there for Rolandis Whitener. Well, every time that the Gauchos have scored a touchdown, Riverside has had a response. But the defense gets a nice break after the long sustained drive by the Gauchos on their previous possession. Gauchos now within 17. Barlage hands off. Kinslow. Kinslow up ahead for a yard. 2nd and 9. Looking up the field, some contact made. Flag's going to come out. Pass intended for Leith. No flag on the play. I think they determined that that ball was not going to be catchable. So that call, or the no call rather, going in favor of the Gauchos. 3rd and long. And now the chance for the defense to go quickly 3 and out after the touchdown. And you see the crowd start to get into it. You hear it actually. Pass over the middle, complete. Big chunk play. This could be it. Trouble and falling down. And it looked like there might be an injury here. Pass completed to Leith, and Leith is going to stay on the field, but it looked like he went down. Perhaps due to an injury, he's going to come off the field. That's a terrific ball over the middle of the field in stride. Man, really impressed with the arm strength of Jacob Barlage. Coming off an 8-touchdown performance last week in the win versus OCC. Under a minute to go. 1st and 10. That pass complete on the far side. This one to Dylan Laurent. So Laurent picks up 6, 2nd and 4. Well, there's more time on the play clock than there is the game clock, and I wonder if the Riverside Tigers are going to elect to let this one just count down. Nope, Barlich will snap it. This is Kinslow again, up ahead for another Riverside first down. That'll bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Riverside driving, and with a 17-point lead, a battle of undefeateds in the regular season finale, and the Tigers looking to hold their #1 ranking here in the SCFA. Start of the 4th quarter, this broadcast being brought to you by Wilson, also by Baja Fresh. Baja Fresh now with 4 convenient South Orange County locations. Visit us at www.bajafresh.com. Live well, eat fresh. 42-25, beginning of the 4th quarter. And the Tigers looking for some gravy here in the 4th. Hand off to Whitener. Whitener with the head of steam. This likely coming back. Flag on the field. Another flag. I wonder if this is going to be a dead ball variety. Something happened at the bottom of that pile that one of the Zebras didn't like. And you maybe wonder if these penalties are going to offset. See if we can see this again. We'll slow it down for you. Not entirely sure. They're talking about it, that's for sure. And indeed, it will be an offsetting penalty. A hold and a face mask. So we'll do first down again. Kinslow takes it over right guard. Kinslow will be thwarted back with authority. Kai Ross with a big hit. Kinslow again, this time over the right side. Tries to cut it back. He's near the sticks. He'll be stopped just short, 3rd and short. At the 6. So it'll be 3rd and 1. The crowd comes alive here for the Saddleback side of it. Kinslow up ahead. And he's in for a touchdown. Kinslow would not be denied. For Kinslow, another touchdown to his total. Had one in the first half. That'll open the scoring here. In the fourth quarter for the Tigers. Kick up and good. And the hill becomes steeper for the Gauchos. 13:36 to go. You're watching SCFA football live on SoCalCollegeSports.com. (49-25), and the hits just keep on coming for Saddleback. Riverside rolling here in Mission Viejo. Game of the year. Lived up to its billing in the first quarter, but it's been all Riverside ever since. Aubrey Booker Curran. Takes it to the 24-yard line, and that's where the Gauchos will go to work. Both teams, presumably, and I say this with a high degree of confidence, are going to be into the playoffs. One will be 9-1, one will be 10-0. Riverside likely going to move to 10-0 and undefeated in the regular season for 2019. At what point do you maybe think about bringing in Friedland? Devon Friedland. In for Chance Nolan. That pass is complete on the far side to Jefferson. Jefferson stays in bounds. I know Nolan wants to do all he can to keep his team back in it, but I think you have to be realistic about what the outcome of this ball game is going to be and just take your losses and stay healthy the next week. We know that Nolan likes to rush the football. This one out of the backfield to Algene Fisher. Fisher forced out of bounds at the 47. Masivi on the tackle. 2nd and 4. Jefferson across the formation on the jet sweep. He has a first down past midfield into Tiger territory. He'll be down at the 47-yard line. Dan Kloss into the booth. On the far side to Algene Fisher again. Fights forward for about a 3-yard gain. They give him 2. 2nd and 8. Nolan has that one picked off. He had 2 picks all year coming into this game. He has 2 here tonight. The defense wreaking havoc for the Tigers. Estes on the INT. We'll see it again here. Staring down the receiver. This is an easy play to make. And Estes, it looked like there was maybe some miscommunication between the receiver and the quarterback. And Nolan picked for the 2nd time tonight. He nearly has 3 of them. Ball returned to the 32-yard line of the Gauchos, and again, the offense will go to work. Already up 49-25 for Riverside, 11:46 to go. A battle of Goliaths has turned into one of the Goliaths being taken to the woodshed here tonight. And the big question, you're likely going to have to go to Wheelock Stadium next week. What point do you think about taking your starters out of this ball game? If you're Saddleback, at least get some valuable reps out there. Barledge hands off. Kinslow again. Kinslow has really been the difference. Obviously, Barledge has been very impressive at the quarterback position in terms of his poise and his delivery of the football to his skilled position players. But the running game has really withered down this defensive front. And credit to the offensive line in the trenches. RCC has won the battle. They're going to win this ball game. Question is, by how much? Barledge milking the clock here. Rightfully so. Freshman from Moval over the top. Pass is caught.
Touchdown.
On the far side, that looks like Sanders. Giovanni Sanders with his 7th touchdown on the season. And this one a beauty from Barledge. Tight coverage for Barledge. He puts it over the top and into the hands of Giovanni Sanders. We'll have another look at it. Chavez on for the extra point. 56-25. And look at this ball from Jacob Barledge. On the money. Riverside pouring it on in the 4th. Well, the news gets worse for Saddleback, trailing it now by 31. Billed as the game of the year coming in. Battle of undefeateds. 2 9-0 teams coming into the regular season finale. The Tigers looking to take a sledgehammer to the O of Saddleback. Dispatch the Gauchos with their first loss of the year in 2019. Is it Nolan or Friedland that's going to come out? It's going to be Chance Nolan. He's a gamer. Division I bounce back. Nolan and Friedland duked it out earlier in the year, but Nolan quickly rose to the top, solidified his position as a starting wideout on this team. Clinton Allen over the top from Nolan, and that would nearly into the breadbasket. Estes again in coverage. Nearly placed perfectly. We'll see it at the end. Oh, just a great job by Allen laying out, but just beyond his fingertips. Allen missed some time earlier in the year with some injuries. He's come on strong as of late. Palma in motion out of the backfield. Over the middle of the field, that pass nearly picked off, intended for Jefferson, and bring up 3rd and 10. Some ball hawkers out here. Lionel Masivi in coverage that time for the Tigers. So 3rd and 10. Nolan back to pass. Over the top. Has Clinton Allen again. Allen reaches out, nearly has it.
Pass falls incomplete.
And this would have been an Odell Beckham-esque catch over the receiver. Instead, Allen has it dropped to the turf. And here comes Matthew Freem in the punting unit for Saddleback. Kick is away. Dorsal. Massive hit by Tyreek Bell. Wow. You want to send a statement going into next week in the first round of the playoffs. We're going to see one come right into your living room. Tyreek Bell, what a hit on Sean Dorsal. Slow it down here for you, and Bell with the head of steam. Man.
10. Tigers at 27-yard line.
Another nice run out of the backfield by Kinslow. The Gauchos tonight have just not had an answer for the run game of the Tigers. The big bodies up front. And you go back up front and you talk about the bodies: Brandon Hendricks Jr., Chris Bradbury, Ryan Rowe, Donnie Long, Cole Sane, Ryan Suliafau. Don't forget Kevin Brown. Big fella. Makes it a lot easier as a quarterback when you get the run game going and you have a talented runner like Kinslow and a big offensive front for you to work with and create holes for you. The offensive line has had their way with the Gaucho defensive front. And what are the adjustments that you make? Every time you go one-on-one on the outside, Barlage has had the time and the accuracy to deliver to his receivers. They send Bell. They're going to run it again. Bell thwarted. That's a terrific blitz pickup by Anthony Rodriguez, the tight end. Sticking Bell, who had a massive head of steam coming into that play to break it up. Positive yardage on the play. It's a 2-yard game, minimal gain. 2nd and 8 now for the Tigers. Try and get some scores from around the SCFA here for you shortly. Last time we checked in, Long Beach was trailing to Ventura. But we'll see if that score has changed since. Kinslow again. He'll be stopped after a 3-yard gain. That's going to set 3rd and 5. Special thanks tonight to Randy Tutorp, Athletic Director here at Saddleback. Dan Kloss, Dean of Athletics, Kinesiology. Still showing a 16-10 lead in favor of Ventura on top of Long Beach. Trying to get a feed here for you. Mount Sac on top of Fullerton. They're in the 4th, under a minute to go. A big hit behind the line of scrimmage. Kinslow will not gain yard. In fact, he'll lose yardage one of the few times tonight. The Gaucho defense will likely get off the field here unless Tom Kraft wants to keep his offense out there. Nope. Here comes the punting unit. Carson Reed.
Carson Reed.
Reed averaging about 40 yards a kick on the season. Take it away from his own 33. Flag on the field.
Flag on play.
Kai Ross comes out of the pile with it. (30-26). They're in the fourth quarter. High drama in Long Beach. Ventura with the lead. 2:04 remaining in that ball game. Nolan completes near side. Isaiah Garcia Castaneda. Near first down yardage. He needs the 22, and they're going to move the chains. Well, if you're not going to take out your starters, maybe the thinking is generate some momentum for next week. Because with all the momentum the Gauchos had coming in, double move, Garcia Castaneda over the top, pass is intercepted. Sean Dorsal. And it's the hat trick tonight in the wrong column for Chance Nolan, his third interception on the evening. And what a play by Sean Dorsal.
So, on the interception, Walmart Tigers.
Look at him track this ball.
35-yard line.
Such a dynamic player in that secondary, able to make reads. Had a conversation earlier in the week with Rashawn Haylock. He covers the Golden West football games for Sportsnet USA, and likened Dorsal to maybe a mini Ed Reed at the safety position in the return game. Very dynamic player. And we see him track the ball, make a nice play on that one. We'll have a new quarterback in. And the quarterback in there, Tyler Thomas. Thomas went 5 for 5 in the win last week for his first action of the season. And Thomas brought down. The starter coming in this year was Mike Irwin, but have not seen Irwin now in the last 2 weeks. You maybe wonder if it was perhaps an injury that ended his season, or might he be available come playoff time? Might you not need him with the ascendance of Jacob Barlich? Barlich out. Thomas in. Thomas loses a couple on that play. Run first quarterback, spinning his way past the 40-yard line. They'll give him the 41. He needs the 45. It'll be set up 3rd and 4. Gauchos just want to get home. It's a long night. And after the first quarter, Gauchos looking pretty good, but the adjustment was made defensively. It's been old Tigers ever since. Thomas will have the first down past midfield in the Gaucho territory. They say he was stopped out of bounds. No, the clock will continue to move. Trickle away here in the fourth. They send a blitz. Thomas has it picked up. He's going to have a nice chunk play here on first down. He'll pick up another. We'll try to bring you a live look in of the Long Beach Ventura game. Jeff Stoynoff with a call in Long Beach. Injury timeout on the field. This broadcast being brought to you by Wilson and Baja Fresh. For convenient locations in South Orange County. Visit us at www.bajafresh.com. Live well, eat fresh.
Looking for Patton coming out of the backfield.
And we bring you a live look in of Ventura and Long Beach.
And that was Michael Victor on the coverage.
Long Beach
third down
with a minute 20
10.
to go. Looks like they have the ball.
Vikings down to 2 bullets.
And I'll see if we can bring up the audio of Jeff Stoynoff.
67 yards to pay dirt for the Vikings, and they face a 3rd and 10 here. Snap to West. Owens again bringing the pressure. West on the move, throws incomplete.
I'm off, right? It's Jeff.
Zachariah Dolphin was the intended receiver. And with a 4th and 10, timeout taken. It's the Pirates who want to talk it over. Timeout Ventura, 1:14 to go. Ventura leading it 30-26. You're watching Ventura College Football on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
Still 30-26. See if we can get you another live look in. Meanwhile, Thomas will go back to work. 1st and 10, he'll hand off. This one not doing much.
Jalen Young, ball carrier.
Coming up on a minute to play here. And we go back to Long.
Vikings 0 of 2 on 4th down here in this 4th quarter. They face a 4th and 10 here. West has the snap. 4-man rush. Pressure coming. West still on the run. Still in trouble. Wrapped up. Now just has to flick it forward. Finds his offensive lineman, but it's not going to go anywhere. Flags are down. For the moment, the Pirates have the stop.
And that'll do it here. Clock will tick down. Victory formation in effect for the Tigers. A battle of undefeated. Saddleback is no more. The Tigers assert themselves as the #1 team possibly in the state of California. A resounding 56-25 victory here in Mission Viejo.
Long Beach.
Again,
that
thank you to
should
everybody
do it.
here. It's also a final, or looking that way, in Long Beach as Ventura is going to knock off the undefeated in the Northern Division, Long Beach City College. Not undefeated on the season, but undefeated in division play. Special thanks to everyone involved for making this broadcast possible. Nico De La Valle, SID at Riverside, Jim Wooldridge, Scott Brocious, Emery Johnson, Jorge Cepeda, John Gotti, Craig Wilmore, Brad Hoyseth, Randy Tutorp, Dan Kloss, our entire crew here at SoCalCollegeSports.com. I am Mike Cepeda signing off. We'll see you next week.